today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
FalconDawg now out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year of the NFL now.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Throwing on first down. Hall.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home.
Right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now a first carry here for Robinson.
He'll get this to about the 38.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Second down. Howell now.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Howell looking to throw again. Right back to Njoku.
He'll be hit down at the 33.
He's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go. And sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 16 carries, 69 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Hall. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
His 4th catch already in this 1st quarter. It's a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Now Howell. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The Vikings at 2-4 here in the 1st half of the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Now Hall.
Off play action. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. To throw it is Hall. Throwing on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Hall. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Sometimes those tip balls turn out to be like a pinball. Just bounce all over the place. Everyone's got to go up and get it. In this case...
Well, we talk about tip drills for defensive players like you, but what about the offensive guys? They do any tip drills?
I think they work on it as well, oftentimes in the Hail Mary situations, because you're actually counting on a ball being tipped to give you an extra chance to catch it. They use that training well.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
We're scoreless after 1. 2nd down and 8.
Back to throw. Hall.
Finding Hawkinson here on the out route.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Hall setting up the screen for Cook.
And he'll be taken down.
That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
From the right hash, this from 48.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington.
This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
On first down, Howell.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Howell throwing on first down here. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route.
And the Commanders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Robinson is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Robinson again, and this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Howell, 3rd and goal.
Keeps himself upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Gay's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Hall. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and
46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. second down and a run by Robinson.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now try to pick it up on third. Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second down and 5. Back to the ground with Gibson.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive.
Powell, he'll look to throw it.
And that will be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it. Care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw. Hall.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the 39,
Powell. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
1st down, Howell to throw.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's Howell with another throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Back to Gibson, and another catch for him. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. That one is slant to McLaurin. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Howell down to throw it. This one left side caught by Gibson.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Another throw for Howell. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
2nd and 10, Howell.
Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. 2nd half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Howell, and they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he gets it to the 34. Continue. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. This time they'll throw it with Howell.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Yeah, with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the 1st down marker.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Back to throw. Hall.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return,
and they will take over 1st and 10. So here is Washington now to take over. They're trying to get back on track. They had the loss last week to the Dallas Cowboys. The good news, they've got the lead right now. The 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders.
Just shy of the 30.
Back to throw, Howell.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And Howell will throw it.
And one more time, that's Watkins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They'll go play action. Howell.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
And once more, Howell back to the air.
And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. And the Washington offense heading out. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Here's Howell.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
2nd down throw for Howell. Checks this one down to Robinson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Can't go with try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
Howell from the gun.
Again, that's Watkins.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Howell looking to throw again.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Throwing here, Howell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And out of bounds right around the 20. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Marcus Davenport, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
3rd and long, here's Howell.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Gay's kick is good.
And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they doubled that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Hall now looking to throw on 2nd down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. Cook up the gut, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame woofing has turned into results.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Hall. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
He could catch it and run away from the defender, but a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Vikings send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Once more, Gibson.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a
rush coming, and he's taken down. Chuck Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here's Howell to throw on second down.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The Vikings now heading onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Hall setting up the screen for Cook.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
A give left side to Robinson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Now Howell. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff. and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Clock 40.
Throwing to start the drive. Hall, open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll try the middle with Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook.
And this will be a Vikings 1st down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Here's Hall on 1st down.
Hall has it knocked loose. And does Washington have it? They do. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he stopped immediately there. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And a short gain here, down to the 22. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And they will take a knee here.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruise.
But maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They
today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Time Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 8 catches, 119 yards, and the score.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Second and 2. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Back to Renfrow again, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Second and 5.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Here's Jacobs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Working with second and 5 now.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, and none other than Cam Newton.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. As you said, they got the win in that effort last week.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Play action. It's Newton. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Here's Newton. And Waller taking it in over the middle.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
From the 39, Newton.
Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. Throwing again is Newton. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Off play action. Newton. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
3rd and long. It's Newton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Slant to Adams. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play.
3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports.
And finding the tight end, Hooper.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Back to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Complete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
This is the hitch route. And tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He's got Hooper on the short connection. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On the set.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
That's complete right around the 8. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red.
They'll look to throw again.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Here's Jacobs.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
Josh Jacobs, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point.
And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
On 1st and 10, Newton.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he's got his man on the out route.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Throwing is Newton. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 50, Newton.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They fake the give. Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, and it's the Eagles who are out in front. The Eagles continue to push for, at minimum, a first-round bye, as a win would get them to 11-2 on the year. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium, and they trail the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to the half. Rashad White, a force in that first half with 2 touchdown runs. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Derek Carr has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stock troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending.
Barkley.
Shot in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime, because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense, because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
2nd down and 3. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Now Newton on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Newton to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raiders now set to get the football back. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And New York set to take the field. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Newton on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. On second down, here's Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On third down, Barkley. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Don't forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They'll run with Barkley. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now it's Newton. Touchdown, Giants! Paris Campbell, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Gano now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Dexter Lawrence. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
A truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First an interception, now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or simply overlooked him in getting ready for this one. Either way, a big mistake, and he's making them pay for it.
They'll set up to throw.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He hits Adams complete.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Here now Roberts. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they look to cash in. Excellent field position. 4-yard line, 1st and goal.
He'll look to throw. Touchdown!
Hunter Renfrow from 4 yards out. And the Raiders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. To throw again on second down. Newton, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. To throw is Newton. Step, and time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Newton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance of yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, nice move. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Barkley inside handoff, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Newton. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. 5 yards remain on second down.
Now Newton. They'll set up, and he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down. Again, Newton. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Newton. On the screen, this is Edmonds. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Here's Newton. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Gano's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Going on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Jacobs now. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.